Hello everyone, welcome back to Today News K-Wave channel. Today, timelines were suddenly abuzz with the same topic, Jikook. Without warning, several circulating snapshots immediately made many people stop scrolling. It wasn't because of anything major or obvious, but rather because of small things that felt different. From the way they walked, the distance they stood, to the expressions, fleeting enough to raise big questions. Many were initially skeptical, but the more they looked, the more they felt there was something inexplicable. Some people claimed to have seen the two together at the same time and place. There was no official confirmation, no statement, just pieces that were then pieced together by curiosity. But what heated things up wasn't just the suspicion that they were going together, but Jungkook's expression, which was considered unusual. His gaze, his gestures, even the way he responded to the situation around him seemed slightly different than usual. Small things that might seem insignificant to some, but to those who have been paying close attention, they feel like important puzzle pieces. On the other hand, attention was also drawn to Jimin. Many began to wonder, what's wrong with Jimin? Not because there was anything obviously wrong, but rather because of the subtle changes that were hard to ignore. Some said his expression seemed calmer, while others felt the opposite, like he was holding something back. Interpretations began to emerge, each with a different perspective. Some tried to calm things down, while others became more involved. Interestingly, this moment demonstrated how small things can become big when many people pay attention to them simultaneously. A single expression can be interpreted in many different ways. A single gesture can be interpreted as a signal. No one truly knows what's happening, but that curiosity is what makes everything feel alive. It's as if every detail has a deeper meaning, even if that's not necessarily the case. Some fans tried to play it cool, reminding everyone that not everything should be interpreted too far. However, others felt that moments like this were rare, making it understandable that they were in the spotlight. Amidst all this, the discussion continued. Some analyzed it seriously, others simply enjoyed the excitement. Timelines became a space filled with theories, conjecture, and hope. What's certain is that today's events have generated one thing: attention. All eyes seemed focused on a moment that may have been simple, but felt profound because of the emotions involved. Were they really leaving together? Was Jungkook's expression really different? Or did it just appear that way because of a certain angle? And the most frequently asked question, what was Jimin really feeling? There's no definitive answer, but that's precisely where the appeal lies. When something isn't entirely clear, imaginations kick in. People begin to fill in the gaps with their own interpretations. Some are hopeful, some are worried, and others are simply curious without wanting to draw any conclusions. Perhaps, in the end, this was just a moment caught at the right time. Or perhaps there was something more than meets the eye. Whatever it was, one thing is undeniable: the power of attention generated by small things. And today, Jikook was once again at the center of it all, leaving many questions hanging without definitive answers. Interestingly, the longer this moment was discussed, the more new details fans saw. Things they might have previously missed began to be re-examined. Some replayed the video repeatedly, slowing it down every second, trying to capture the fleeting expressions that appeared and then disappeared. From there, the discussion grew. It wasn't just about whether they were seen together, but also about the meaning behind what seemed like such a brief interaction. Some people began comparing it to previous moments. They tried to connect what happened today with events from the past. Was this the same pattern? Were there any changes discernible over time? Questions like these continued to arise, fueling the atmosphere with curiosity. Some even felt that the dynamic between the two had always had layers that weren't immediately apparent. Amidst all the speculation, Jungkook's expression remained the center of attention. There was something about it that made many pause and think, as if there was an unspoken but palpable message. It wasn't necessarily clear or easy to understand, but precisely because of its subtlety, many people were drawn to its interpretation. Some felt the expression conveyed concern, while others interpreted it as a sign of fatigue or mere coincidence. These differing perspectives actually enriched the discussion. Meanwhile, Jimin also didn't escape the spotlight. Many tried to read the situation from his perspective. The way he responded, how he appeared in the moment, even small details like his body language were analyzed in depth. Some said he seemed fine, even relaxed. However, others felt something was different, though it was difficult to pinpoint. This feeling led to the question, what's wrong with Jimin? Continuing to resonate. This phenomenon isn't new in the fandom world, but it always feels unique each time it occurs. There's a kind of collective energy that connects many people around a common topic. Despite coming from different backgrounds, they all come together to discuss the same thing, share opinions, and try to understand what's happening. It's not just about what's visible, but also about how each person feels. Many have also begun to remind us to remain wise in responding to situations like this, because ultimately, everything circulating is just a small piece of the whole story that isn't fully understood. What appears on the surface doesn't necessarily reflect what's actually happening. However, on the other hand, curiosity is natural, especially when a moment like this appears suddenly. As time passes, attention may slowly shift to other topics. But for now, this moment remains a hot topic and is constantly being discussed. Every passing second seems to add a new layer to the existing discussion. People keep searching, keep paying attention, and keep trying to understand. Will they ever find a definitive answer? Probably not. But the process of searching is what makes it all so interesting. And beneath it all, one thing remains constant: a fascination that never truly fades. Every small moment can become a big one when viewed attentively. Every expression can mean something different to each person. And today, once again, Jikook is at the center of all that curiosity. Whether it's mere coincidence or there's a deeper story, it's clear this moment has left a mark that's hard to ignore. Even after some time has passed, many still return to this moment, trying to see it from a new perspective. It's as if there's something left undiscovered, something lingering among the scattered pieces. And perhaps, it is precisely because of this uncertainty that this story continues to live and thrive in the minds of many, waiting to one day be more clearly understood, or perhaps to remain a mystery that will always be remembered. If you feel the same way about today's moment, please share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think really happened between them? Was it just a coincidence? Or is there something deeper going on that we haven't seen yet? Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the discussion, and subscribe to stay updated on Jikook and the rest of the K-pop world. Also, turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know every time this channel releases a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.